On May 24th, 2024, Anthony Starr, the actor famous for playing the main antagonist of Amazon's hit show, The Boys, claimed that his character would mop the floor with America's superhero icon. So today, we're going to see if that statement is true. Superman versus Homelander, the last son of Krypton versus the world's greatest hero. So he is called. I'm one fish mob and he's three. Crab mob? Crab mob?
Yeah, you have any in stock? Alright, cool.
Crab mob.
Oh, just checking on something.
We're busy. You can pay taxes later.
He's one fish mob and I'm three crab mob, and it's our job to see why someone's statement might be bullcrap.
Up in the sky, it's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's Superman!
You know his name, his purpose, and his job is to defend the defenseless. He is Superman.
Born to the dying planet of Krypton and sent to planet Earth to be raised by a humble family of farmers, Clark Kent would discover his alien heritage and use his amazing powers to protect the planet from any villainous endeavor.
And he has the power to back this up. He can throw skyscrapers, lift mountains, travel to other continents in under a second, survive nuclear explosions, or my favorite, when he and some of his fellow heroes pulled the moon, which, if giving him his fair share, we've previously estimated to be about 29.64 exatons of force he's moving. And he's not just strong, he's incredibly smart. His own brain can process information faster than a supercomputer.
Sounds really powerful. Good thing he isn't one of those heroes who puts bullets in other people's brains, eh?
What? Oh no. He has tried to do that before.
What?
While Superman has a strong sense of morality, he doesn't have a no-kill rule like other heroes. If push comes to shove, he will threaten violence, allow people to die by their own actions, or even outright try to kill them. But this is a rare circumstance, and Superman only does this if a villain proves himself to be a far greater danger if allowed to live. That's why the Joker hates Metropolis. Superman is just no fun to play with.
Good to know. Oh, gosh.
But don't worry about it. He's more likely to let someone escape to help another individual than burn your brains out Plutonian style. And thank goodness for that, since his Kryptonian physiology means he can absorb the sun's energy as his main power source. With this, not only does he gain an enhanced physicality, but also spectacular powers like flight, super hearing, telescopic vision, super smell, microscopic vision, X-ray heat vision, freeze breath. Even his own voice can destroy entire icebergs and cause avalanches. Though his most useful ability would have to be
the solar flare. By unleashing all his stored solar energy, he released a massive blast of solar energy like some sort of eco-friendly super nuke. Though this power does drain him completely.
Not anymore. Superman's worked to get past this, but his real most useful ability is his heat vision. Be it a simple beam or an all-consuming blast, Superman can adjust the intensity of his eye lasers to simply melt metal, decontaminate households, or even use it in conjunction with his other visions to perform lobotomies.
He's battled crooks, monsters, even gods themselves. He's battled demons with Thor for millennia, crafty enough to outsmart higher dimensional beings, trained in various earthly and Kryptonian martial arts, from pressure points to the almighty Torkism Rao, and will actively analyze and counter his opponents by using their own abilities or weaknesses against them. Even his own costume are more like a knight's armor and shield.
And sure, ignoring limitations like the infamous kryptonite, his limited solar energy, and how he can't see through lead, Superman is essentially a juggernaut of justice.
And while his heroic actions have created enemies of people like his arch-nemesis Lex Luthor and his Legion of Doom, he has gained far more allies like his fellow Kryptonians or the Justice League of America.
So to all evildoers, beware. When you look up to the sky, just know that's not a bird or a plane, it's Superman.
What we have here is a rare opportunity for me to cut loose and show you just how powerful I really am.
To the public, his name is legend, his purpose is righteous, and his heroism inspiring. This is how the general populace perceive Homelander. Or at least, how VOUGHT International portrays him.
Born to a dying planet, sent to planet Earth, and raised among us humans. But that's just corporate marketing. In actuality, he was simply created in a lab through VOUGHT's experiments with Compound V, and was put through torturous training to be VOUGHT's poster boy. And needless to say, they succeeded. Maybe a little too well.
Considering Homelander can slaughter entire rooms of people in seconds and move faster than a C4 charge can detonate, for years, the only way they kept Homelander in check was by strapping a hydrogen bomb to him. And even then, VOUGHT's highest-ranking members still commented that he's proven immune to every known weapon to man.
This should also include stuff like the SAR Bomba, which was estimated to have a blast yield of about 50 to 58 megatons of force. This thing is approximately 3,333 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. I know this sounds terrifying, and that's because it is.
Homelander's noble appearance is nothing more than a facade, for he looks down on every person around him, from his fellow soup to the mere commoner who grovels at his feet, to the disabled, and he uses the fact that no one can stop him to his advantage. From simple blackmail to outright murder, he will use deception and intimidation to get what he wants, and this extends to his ambitions, not to just make his rule over the states absolute, but also the world as well.
And the worst part? He has the power to do just that. He can toss jets with one hand, move several times faster than the speed of sound, and can fly and levitate without limitations, even possibly into space once.
With his super hearing, he can detect things from miles away, be it explosions, conversations, or even your brain's neurons. And combining it with his super smell, he can tell how people feel at any given moment.
He can see through most substances with X-ray vision or blow out people's eardrums with a mere yell. But his most dangerous power is his heat vision.
These concentrated optic beams of death are able to slice through bodies like butter and can cause third-degree burns on other soup-level beings, making it perfect to cut down entire crowds of people like a deadly lawnmower. And he has full control of the intensity of these beams, from simply warming up a glass of milk to cutting up a jet mid-flight. So, like Crab Mob said, terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Crab Mob? Crab Mob?
Yeah, just hold it up and it'll do the trick.
Crab Mob, what are you doing? We have an episode to do.
Yeah, just paying my taxes. But of course, due to his traumatic upbringing, Homelander is quite unhinged and will often give in to his own psychopathy, and clever enough opponents can play to his insecurities and manipulate him as such.
And sure, while he may have no formal combat training, at all, and can't use his full strength mid-flight, that matters very little, as the only people that can pose a threat to him are people just as powerful as he is, like Soldier Boy.
And while his corrupt ambitions created enemies of the people, like his arch-nemesis Billy Butcher and the Boys, that matters very little since he has not only one of the most powerful corporations backing him, but also his own league of equally influential soups, the Seven, at his beck and call. Nothing short of a super plague or another Homelander can stop him.
So the next time we mere commoners look up to the sky, just know there is no God. For the only man in the sky is Homelander.
Listen, Annika. I'm the Homelander. And I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Alright, the combatants are set. This battle shall have no prep time, no outside help, or home field advantage.
It's time for an all-out fan war.
Homelander, what brings you to Metropolis?
Alright, let's cut to the chase. You're new here, so I'm going to set things straight. I don't care if you came from Krypton or were doing the whole hero thing before me. I'm not sharing my spotlight with anyone.
Is that why you attacked the Daily Planet? To draw me out?
Pretty much. So, unless you want to see your son join his poor mommy over there, I'm giving you two options. Either get on your knees and kiss my boots,
Or get the fuck off my planet.
fine! Have it your way.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain.
Kryptonite!
I know, right? Someone special ordered this for me anonymously.
So that's what you were up to.
Oh, come on! If I didn't, the fight would have lasted
So let's make this quick. That's more like it. An overrated soup at my heels. Now, as I was saying. I don't share my spotlight with anyone. And I think we both know your time is up.
Not yet!
Oh, you still have some fight left? Don't worry. I'll just beat the rest of it out of...
Time. Huh. What the? Thanks for the tip.
Fine. Now this just makes my job easier.
Without kryptonite, you're nothing.
Oh, you're going to pay for it.
VOUGHT says you're a hero, but you threaten the lives you claim to defend. No, Homelander. I never took your spotlight. You're just afraid I might show the world who you really are.
You think that'll stop me? I am
The Homelander! And I can do whatever the fuck I want! And I'm disappointed. I want you to remember, Homelander. In all the years to come, in your most private moments, I want you to remember my hand around your throat. I want you to remember you're not the only man in the sky. The League will be here to collect you soon, and if you try to hurt my family or anyone ever again, you're going back to VOUGHT in a body bag.
Even with the glowing green piece of rock candy, justice is done. Speaking of justice, this is for deliberately rigging a fight.
Oh, come on. If I didn't, the fight would have lasted like 6 seconds. So maybe don't lower me into this vat of boiling butter?
No.
Screw you!
While 3 Crab Mob bastes in his karma, let's discuss the outcome. Even with Kryptonite, this was never going to be a close fight. And to help emphasize this, our newest host, 4BOT Mob, will assist me in 3 Crab Mob's place.
The results of this fight was so cataclysmically one-sided, we have to break it down into multiple categories just to explain it. Physical power, superpowers, combat experience, intelligence, exploitable weaknesses, and miscellaneous facts. And to start off, Superman takes the first category with no difficulty.
Yeah, truth be told, we really downplayed Superman here, just for the sake of fairness, or feigning an illusion to fairness. Because if I'm being honest, lifting buildings and pulling moons are nothing to him. While Homelander can toss jets with one hand, Superman towed entire solar systems behind him. While Homelander can theoretically survive the most powerful nuclear bombs Earth has to offer, Superman was crushed between 2 god planets and survived. While Homelander can fly faster than sound, Superman can fly so fast it destroys infinity itself.
Without Kryptonite, Homelander would instantly break his arm trying to pull a Black Noir on him, while Superman, on the other hand, could pull a Joker on him in a picosecond with no issue.
And when it comes to abilities, nothing really changes. Both may have a similar power set, but Superman's go far beyond Homelander's.
For reference, Homelander's shouts can blow out eardrums. Superman's shouts can destroy building-sized objects. Homelander's super hearing can pick up sounds from miles around. While Superman can hear his own cries an entire planet away, Homelander's heat vision, at max, can slice people like butter. Superman's heat vision can vaporize entire armies.
Combine that with his superior physicality, his abilities, at bare minimum, still far exceed Homelander's best. And that's ignoring how he has a bigger pool of abilities to pull from. He could freeze Homelander in place, travel through time, regenerate wounds, and can just absorb more yellow sun energy to become even more powerful. And that's excluding all of his one-off powers, while Homelander is basically stuck at 1 power level at all times.
Then you have experience. Homelander in his universe is unrivaled. On paper, this theoretically sounds more impressive than Superman having to push himself to match his rogues gallery. But all that means is that Homelander has no real combat experience and lacks any skill when it comes to a full-fledged fight.
While Superman has fought demons with Thor for thousands of years, has trained with some of his universe's best warriors, learned martial arts literally alien to anything Homelander may be familiar with, and consistently battles villains that would mop the floor with not just Homelander, but his entire universe. Actually, when you think about it, Homelander isn't too different from people like General Zod, Ultraman, Bizarro, or even other evil versions of Superman. Homelander is literally nothing new for the Man of Steel, while the Man of Steel would be something new for the Man of Division.
Then we have intelligence. While Homelander is incredible when it comes to his deduction skills and manipulation, Superman has displayed a far more impressive IQ. He has learned entire trades in mere seconds, processes information faster than a supercomputer, and uses advanced mathematics in battle. While Homelander could pull the violence and threat card on Superman, it is good to remember that Superman has historically pulled that exact same card as well, but actually has the power to back his threats. If anything, the moment Homelander threatens or even enacts one ill will towards any of Superman's colleagues, he's done for. Which brings us to the only category Homelander could theoretically take: exploitable weaknesses. Homelander could technically take advantage of Superman's desire to defend people against him, and should he somehow get his hands on kryptonite, that could level the playing field.
But on the flip side, while Homelander doesn't have any readily exploitable weaknesses of his own physical limits compared to Superman are still substantially lower. And the likelihood of him getting access to something that could hurt Superman is extremely unlikely. And if he did get his hands on the infamous Green Rock, there are 3 things to consider. 1. Superman has resisted the effects of kryptonite before, when battling far stronger opponents. 2. Homelander, while a cunning person in his own right, is unlikely to use kryptonite in a truly effective way as someone in Superman's rogues gallery would. And 3. There is a likelihood that Homelander, due to a obvious lack of knowledge of the stuff, would end up getting his hands on a form of kryptonite that makes Superman more powerful. Stuff like this has happened before.
So for the sake of this category, we'll say it's irrelevant, due to it being a factor that wouldn't really make much of a difference.
Which finally brings us to the final category: literally everything else. No matter how you put it, no matter how you call it, Superman just cooks Homelander. While the Man of Division may enjoy his unrivaled power with a powerful company and a country's worth of soups to back him up, Superman isn't just raw strength. He's got his own weapons, an entire fortress of alien technology to pull from, an equally strong family, and the Justice League to fight alongside him.
Not only does Superman have experience with corrupt companies like VOUGHT, the Superfamily and Justice League would completely rid Homelander's world of his followers in one day. The Flash blitzes every soup imaginable. Wonder Woman overpowers every team out there, or Batman could just outright buy VOUGHT, run a smear campaign against Homelander, and allow the JLA to come in and arrest the 7 once they go rogue.
You get the gist. There is literally nothing Homelander can do that Superman can't do better. And sure, while people may argue that Homelander is everything Superman isn't, and that theoretically gives him an edge, the opposite is true, as Superman is everything Homelander is not. So that's not even a good argument.
No matter how you put it, Homelander may enjoy an unrivaled rule in his universe, but between his nigh-godly power, Kryptonian physiology, superior abilities, centuries of combat experience, and just better resources to pull from, there was no way in heaven, hell, earth, or purgatory that Superman would lose to a bastard like him.
He's done cooking. The winner is Superman.
Obviously.
Who else would it be?
I have no regrets!